All right. We are live this morning. Good morning. Welcome to 5 Minutes or More with Pastor. Got my cup of coffee here ready to go. Hope you're doing well on this Thursday, July 2nd, and a overcast kind of day. But leading into hopefully a enjoyable weekend to celebrate the 4th of July. Um, So good morning, Katie, and good morning, Anita. Good to see you guys this morning. So, just a really quick update. Um, the tent is finally up. I'm looking for my phone so I can show you pictures, but I'm actually recording Facebook Live on my phone, YouTube on my computer, so I guess that's not going to work. Um, but good morning, Melissa. Let's see here. Yesterday, at about right after lunch, sometime around 12:30, I went over to the Claytons and started working on assembling the roof. It took about 4 hours or so, 4.5 hours, something like that, to assemble the roof. Um, Came home for just a little bit and had some dinner, and then at about 6:30. There was, let me do some math here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are about 10 of us, about 10 guys that came together to lift the roof up and put the legs on and put the roof on and um, on it, attach it to the legs, and then finish putting it all in. That took another, probably 2.5 hours or something like that. So, but it was a good day yesterday. We got the tent raised. It's ready to go. And so we're excited about that. I'll send out an email a little bit later today for registration and some details about that because we want you guys to know about that. But it is the 4th of July weekend. So we'll have some people away this weekend, but I hope they enjoy some time with family and all those kinds of things. But if you're here, hope you can make it with us. It'd be great to see you and to worship the Lord, and excited about that. I feel like there's one other thing I wanted to tell you on here. Now I can't remember what it is. I know there was, but I'm just drawing a blank on what it is. Anyway, Psalm 61. Psalm 61 is where we are this morning, and these verses I'm going to read to you. We'll read all 8 verses. We haven't done that often lately, but these are starting to get. This is a smaller psalm, but we're going to focus on verses 1 through 2. It says, "Hear my cry, O God; attend unto my prayer. From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. For thou hast been a shelter for me and a strong tower from the enemy. I will abide in thy tabernacle forever. I will trust in the covert of thy wings. Selah. For thou, O God, hast heard my vows. Thou hast given me the heritage of those that fear thy name. Thou wilt prolong the king's life and hear his years as many generations. He shall abide before God forever. O prepare mercy and truth, which may preserve me. So will I sing praise unto thy name forever, that I may daily perform my vows." Again, verses 1 through 2 say, "Hear my cry, O God, attend unto my prayers. From the ends of the earth will I cry unto thee. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I." Again, we read the Psalms of David. They're always these times where David seems to be in trouble, and David is in trouble a lot. And when we take a close examination of this prayer, David really holds nothing back. This isn't an ornate thing. This isn't a structure. This is he throws it out there with lots of emotion, and he's open and he's vulnerable before God. And we can kind of feel the strain when he says, "From the ends of the earth will I cry unto thee when my heart is overwhelmed." Maybe we felt that way before. I have a feeling when David wrote that, he may have felt far from God. He may have felt distance from God, that God, you're way over there and I'm way over here. There's a great distance between us, but from the ends of the earth, I will cry unto thee. I'm going to cry from here to there. And but even though David felt that way, he refused to trust those feelings and continued to cry out to God. And David said this. he says, when my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. The word the rock is a word that's used oftentimes in the Bible to refer to God. Even when Jesus was talking about the person who builds their house upon the sand, as opposed to somebody that builds their house upon the rock, he was speaking about building his house upon God and godly principles and God's word, and that when we build our lives on Him, no matter how overwhelming our lives may feel, we can stand firm. Just last summer, there was a group of us that were in the San Francisco Bay Area, and we made sure that one of the things that we did was we went and we visited the Golden Gate Bridge. And many of you, I'm sure, have been there before. And it's an amazing structure that was opened in, I believe, 1937, and has stood the test of time. Yes, it's been retrofitted and had some things done to it, but man, 1937, it's almost been standing there 100 years. And what makes that even more amazing is that it basically sits right on the San Andreas Fault, one of the most active faults that we have, certainly in America. And it still has stood all of these times. And obviously, much of its construction was around the idea that it was meant to stand even in those difficult moments. And again, it's been retrofitted and it's been prepared even more for seismic activity. But one of the main reasons that that bridge has withstood, so much in many earthquakes. But one of the things is it's actually got flexibility to where it can move about 20 feet from side to side at its center. But the main reason is that the two towers that we see on the Golden Gate Bridge, they are anchored uh, all the way down, 90 feet down into the water, and then beyond that into the bedrock below the ocean floor. I mean, they're just grounded in the bedrock down there, and it gives that bridge a solid foundation so that millions of people every year can enjoy it and pass by it and see it. And that thing still stands because of its strong foundation. I want you to understand this morning that the Bible tells us that we are His workmanship. That bridge that was opened in 1937 was the workmanship of some other architect. But you and I are God's workmanship, and He is our bedrock. And when we build our lives on the bedrock of God and His Word, we can take heart that that will stand for all eternity. And so when the wind blows and life shakes, we call out to God, lead me to the rock that is higher than I, to the one where I've built my life on this foundation. So when things around me get shaky, I have a solid footing. I want to encourage you today, build on the rock. Tomorrow, build on the rock. The next day, build on the rock. Build a strong foundation in your relationship with the Lord and in His Word. And when those times come, even though He may feel far away in those moments, you can still cry out to Him, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Hope you guys have a great day today and enjoy it, living on the rock and standing on the rock. And we'll see you guys tomorrow and the next day. I hope you get to enjoy some of this weekend again, celebrating 4th of July, and hope to see many of you this coming Sunday as well. Again, I'm trying to think. No, Katie, it wasn't about camping next year. I'm still trying to remember. I thought there was one other thing, but looking at my list of things sometimes, just drawing a blank on it. So anyway, it must not have been that important. But I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and we'll talk to you later.